Welcome to the Jointery podcast, a podcast where we study the lives of study the lives of two dads trying to find the balance between the families, hobbies and work. This week on the Jointery, we discover...
I would never do that.
Not for like any amount of money or like...
Maybe $1 million?
Let's just search for the meaning of life as it had never been witnessed before. The Jointery podcast.
We all hear each other properly because we're going, man. We're ready. We're flying.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I can hear everybody.
Nice. Well, welcome in, guys. This is a great episode.
Wait, you hit record.
Heck yeah, I hit record, man. Are you kidding me?
Perfect.
We're going, dude. We don't no lead, no prep time, no nothing. We just go. You know how we do it. We got some special guests in the house. I feel like this is a special episode because I feel like we got the Chicago 3 all like right here with us. That's what I'm calling you guys.
Look, this is front butt party, FBP right here. This is Ben. I might not have told you that, but this is our band. We have Alma on the Slayer, and then we have Titty Nick over there on the white glove treatment. And then you got me, obviously, who's just ready for whatever happens next. So, say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Wow, firing out of the gate. Come firing out of the gate.
Exactly.
So, welcome in, guys. Welcome to the Jointery podcast. I know this is something new. We don't do a lot of guests, but we have a a certain. Every once in a while we bring people on. So welcome in, dude. I'm glad to have you guys here.
Happy to be here.
So cool.
I love how awkward this is, right? Because like we don't normally have people on the podcast, so like we have no experience in actually interviewing people. But we have I'll kind of maybe Alma, you want to maybe, I don't know, what are we supposed to do? Introduce you, and then you could talk about yourself for a little bit, and then we could talk about non-woodworking related items.
I didn't think we were going to go through the whole introduction thing. I mean, we don't need
introductions.
They
know who we are.
Yeah, these are good friends of yours. I mean, Alma, you guys are all out in Chicago. Nick, you got to give brief synopsis of what you do so people, I guess, know what you do, but we don't have to go into your whole origin story and stuff. Nick, what do you do for a living?
I build architecture models for a living, but I mill boobs on everything, and everyone calls me Titty Nick now.
Titty Nick. That's dude, I didn't even go to Workbench Con, but I've heard the name Titty Nick probably 200 times over the last week and a half since Workbench Con's been back. You're famous through Instagram, bro. Everybody knows Titty Nick now.
Trying to ride that train.
The titty train? That's
the titty train.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Oh my God. I have regrets already for doing this at noon. I've been so busy with the new job I started that I'm just sitting here and all I can think about is what I want to be eating for lunch.
You're not alone.
Same.
Maybe I could DoorDash some food or something.
Mid podcast, just go have somebody deliver something. That you might as well. We've never tried that actually. We've never had food delivered during the podcast, which is strange for this podcast. You would think by now we would have had that done. Alma, what about you? Do you want to give us a quick rundown on what you do?
I am just hang out. I try to hang out with Luke as much as I can, and Nick. Sometimes I make things. Sometimes I'm a mom. All over the place.
A leader of the community, you're not even selling yourself. An inspiration to children everywhere. Model a clothing model, right? You model some fashion stuff.
I'm a fashion,
fashion model, tool model.
Yep. Those are all true facts.
That's awesome. What do you got on your list, Luke? What's on the what did we call it last week? The clickbait. What's on our clickbait?
My clickbait list. Oh my God, that thing was so stupid, man. I don't really have like we went through the good stuff, so like everything that I have on here is just hold on. Yeah. So um oh yeah. I've got I watched okay. I want to talk about what you guys are watching right now, TV wise, right? Because I watched arguably the most uncomfortable show that I've ever watched last night. Because you guys know that I'm in love with reality TV shows, right? And I watched this show. So you guys know Sam from DIY Huntress, right?
Yes.
She started her and I found this bond at Workbench that we love this stuff, and she found some other people who also love it, and they sent a trailer out for a show called MILF Manor. Have you guys heard of this?
No, not at all.
Nope.
Okay,
Sounds terrible already.
It is so bad. I can't fucking handle it. Okay, so basically what the premise of the show is, right, is that they invited all these moms that are like they're in their 40s, okay, that want to date younger guys because they're single and happening ladies, and then they also brought on all of their sons who wanted to date older women, but they somehow, I don't know logistically how they put this together, like how they got like the one mom said that she knew she was having a trip and her son would be in Mexico at the same time, but they didn't really like understand or didn't know what each other was doing. Like they were going to different resorts or something. But these dudes are like dating the moms on this show, and it was so uncomfortable. Oh my God.
I mean, it's obvious how it happened, though. I mean, it's a TV show, so they arranged it in advance. that's how it all took place.
I mean, I don't know. I have a close relationship with my mom, and if we were both going to Mexico at the same time, I would want to know what she's doing, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Especially if she's going there to plow young dudes. Like, I'd want to know that.
Oh
but the best line in the whole first episode was this one guy was like, "I'm gonna have to cock block this dude because my mom's known him for like 6 hours, and I'm just not gonna let that shit happen." And I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, I couldn't imagine like sitting there having to cock block some dude my age from trying to bag my mom. Like, that was just it was aggressive. I don't know. I'm just like sweating here thinking about the show right now. And like I didn't tell Jackie what like the show was about or anything, right? I just said, "Hey, we're gonna watch a show and it's called MILF Manor." And when they revealed the sons on it, she almost fell off the couch. And she told me at the end of the episode that we can't watch another episode consecutively because it was so uncomfortable that she couldn't handle it. So
I'm surprised that she even let you watch it with the title. I'm surprised she didn't just edit right there and be like, "Nope, MILF Manor, I'm out." Like that to me doesn't seem up Jackie's alley. I know you're into it, but it doesn't seem like
it's not up her alley. But I asked her at the perfect time. We had just finished a series, and anytime we finish a series, it's like we open it up to like, okay, you throw out what you got next, and we always give it a shot. So we're trying Sexy Beast, I think, tomorrow. So that's the other one.
Also, train wreck of a show.
Yeah. Well, and you got to understand, like I on the ride home from Workbench, how many hours did I talk to you about this for, Alma? Like straight?
Yeah, pretty much. It was a lot. It was a lot of hours.
It's a long car ride.
It was like 11-hour car ride, so there were a lot of hours in there.
I understand Nick was sleeping during.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Do you guys watch this stuff? Do you guys get into this whole trashy television stuff like Luke does? Because I don't. Debbie does. My wife does. She loves all the like. I almost feel like I could check out and just put Debbie in the seat while Luke's talking, and they would love to have this conversation. But do you guys get into this stuff?
Not since the original Jersey Shore.
For real? You got a favorite character, Nick?
No, I hate them all equally.
Were you one of those hate watchers who like you hated it so much you had to watch it? You're like, oh, it just makes me so mad.
Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed to admit that I didn't want to watch it when I started watching it, but everyone around me was watching it, so I had to watch it to be able to talk to everyone else about it. And got kind of sucked into the bullshit.
the peer pressure reality TV show
Oh.
stuff is real.
But
I
I
keep
won't
trying
be
to pressure
pressured
Alma
anymore.
into this stuff.
I'm not going to watch Milton
Okay.
Man or Luke.
Come on, guys. This is
The only
quality.
the only reality show I've watched is like the real estate ones on Netflix, where they
like selling like Tampa.
Selling Sunset, I think is the
Selling Sunset.
one, or like there's like a couple of like selling whatever city. It's like
Yeah.
usually like a bougie city. I like watching those, but mostly because I love looking at all these ridiculously expensive houses and like just don't understand any of that. But otherwise, I don't get into reality TV.
I mean, that's why Cribs was such a hit back in the day, right? Because you get to just dream and see these houses and watch, and see how these people. I totally understand that. I was into Cribs. That was like a show I was into. It's something about being able to dream and see like what could be obtainable, I guess, if you get to a certain level, but it's most of the time unobtainable. But it's just like something cool to dream about, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I'm into those.
So, what is the Tampa real estate scene like right now, Alma?
I
Is it
haven't
hot?
watched Tampa. I've watched the LA one, and it's ridiculous. It's like, people selling, $35 million homes and $20 million homes. It's ridiculous.
That's a Tuesday here in LA, man. It's like it's just everything's so expensive out here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Your home was $35 million?
Mine was, yeah. I mean, it's small on the block, you know. It's what do you want to do, that's cool, man. We like I said, I don't watch a lot of the reality TV shows, but I do. There's a few that I do watch because I find it interesting. I like Alone, the show that was on. It was on national.
It's on History
Channel. Thank you. It was on the History Channel.
I just started watching that show.
Yeah. I've watched all 9 seasons, and it gets a little repetitive after a while, but it's still I get locked in, man. Like, is this guy gonna catch another fish? It's just amazing to me that these people put like themselves through so much, and like they're all competing for $500,000, which is a lot of money. But it's so funny that like throughout the first like 4 or 5 seasons, like nobody wants to admit that they're in it for the money. Everybody just is like, no, I'm just here for the experience. I'm here for, getting down with nature. And by like the 5th season, like people are like, this is fucking hard. I'm here for the money. I can't, it's like, it's just funny how it flipped like halfway through like the making of the show. Like all of a sudden people are like finally admitting like why they're starving themselves for like, it's just, it's a crazy show. I enjoy it.
It's aggressive. I started watching that show and I like that's a hard pass for me, mostly because I don't like camping. And it's like camping without camping gear. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. And the secret to winning it is just go in fat. If you go in fat, then you can just basically outstarve everybody. Usually like the fattest guy wins. You know what I mean? Like that's like, so it's like, it's just basically you just eat as much as you can before you go on this thing and gain as much weight. And then basically it's just a starve off.
Could you guys do something like that? Like you dropped off in the woods and live for, I mean, I think I know where Alma your head's going to be out of this, but I'd love to hear your answer. If you could be dropped off in the
I
woods.
would never do that. I would never do that.
Not for like any amount of money or like just like some amount of money. Like would $1 million do it?
It wouldn't be 500, maybe $1 million. Yeah.
Like how long do you think you could last out there if the money was right? Like could you do a month?
No. I mean, I'm thinking like $1 million for like a weekend.
Yeah.
These guys are going out. These guys are out there for like 72 days at a time. I mean, these guys are out there for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if I would be able to do that like at all.
if okay, how about this? If you could bring anybody with you, to do it with you, right? Where you still got the $1 million. Like, do you know who you'd take?
Oh, if I still got the $1 million,
Yeah.
I'd probably be Stephanie from Uncommon Ground or Uncommon Outpost. Sorry. Like I feel like she is like knows about everything and can fix anything. So
She
that's
would
why
have
I
a wooden toilet hand carved along
yeah,
with
like she
plumbing
would
that ran downstream like within 2 days.
yeah, for sure. Like she would figure it all out.
I think I
Yeah.
just saw a video of her driving her vehicle and had no seats or dashboard or anything in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
How about you, Nick?
Scaling down, huh?
Can you handle being an outdoorsman? I mean, you got the look.
Nah, it's not for me.
No.
I mean,
But if I had to take someone, it'd be like Bear Grylls or someone, so I could just follow along. And he eats what he tells me to eat, and he keeps me warm. And
That's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good pick.
I'd be down for an urban version of that where I could just pick everything you do and like, Nick, you're gonna eat this right now, like hey, we're, here's
Same
what
price
you're gonna
point,
make for
though.
today.
You
Huh?
just want to control somebody. You just want to have control over somebody. Eat that. Do this. Do that.
I mean, it's because it's so disappointing trying to do that with your kids and they just don't want to do it. So, fuck them.
So you have to pay. So now you're interested in paying someone else to do what you said to do.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know any other way to do it, man. So
For $500,000, I'll eat whatever you tell me to eat for a month.
oh man, it's like, you guys remember Fear Factor?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, when they
That
would
was
eat
another
those
terrible show.
Madagascar hissing cockroaches,
Ugh.
like,
Just gotta go quick. Get it down
You-
fast.
you talking from experience?
No, I always thought if I was ever going to be on one of those shows, it's just like as fast as you can. You guys see the Chappelle show when Tyrone went on Fear Factor with Joe Rogan? Hey, Joe Rogan. And then he's like getting the what was it, a bed of worms or snakes or something. He's just like, you guys can come back later. I'm going to take a nap. But that was like the time challenge. Like you have to be in here for 5 minutes or whatever. And he's like, I don't know. I'm comfortable. You guys come back tomorrow.
That's funny, man. Have you guys anybody here, you ever, like, I was just made me think of, like, I have a friend who used to eat goldfish. Nick, you eat goldfish? You swallow that fast
You
enough?
just swallow it, yeah.
Yeah,
Steve,
Like a live goldfish?
Yeah, man. I have a buddy who would do that at parties. He would, like, if he would just
You like
grab
bring
a
goldfish
fish.
with him?
Does he
No,
bring his own goldfish?
He only goes to
No.
bars that have a fish tank?
It wasn't like, I shouldn't say he does it at parties. He did it at a party, and there was fish in the fish tank, and he grabbed one out and he just swallowed it.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, it was crazy. But it made me think of Fear Factor. I think you'd be remiss if we didn't go back a little bit, rewind a little bit, and go back, because the Titty Nick thing. Like, I've been meaning to ask you. I've been wanting to ask you, like, what is the, like? I mean, obviously everybody loves boobs. I get that, but I mean, like, was that basically your driving factor? Everybody loves boobs. I'm going to put boobs on everything, or was there something else behind the boobs? That, because I've just been dying to know, like, and I guess I could have just messaged you, but I just never did. So, but I have you here now in person. I'm just curious. What's the genesis of the boob?
So for me, it was all about internet clicks. And then I guess I tried to 3D model a boob, and the first one was kind of crude, like a sphere, and then a little sphere and a smaller sphere for areola nipple. And then though I started milling them out of wood, and then the design kind of evolves with everything. And I don't know, people ask for things. Hey, can you put boobs on this? Hey, can you put boobs on this? So the people, usually the first person's willing to pay, and then I'll make it, and then I'll get 1,000 other people who want it, and trying to keep up with all that now. So I was doing the titty table saw fence handles.
Yeah.
And that has led to, it sparked outrage in the automotive industry of everyone wants these as shift knobs now.
Titty shifter.
So,
Yeah.
So I got to do a full production round of titty shift knobs, and so I can use e-brakes. And I got guys that are bow hunters asking for, like, I guess there's a post on the front of a bow and arrow that is called a stabilizer. Like, yeah, we need these as stabilizers for our bows. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I don't know where to start.
Dude, you opened the floodgate, man. It's amazing to me. I was talking to Debbie about this, and we were talking. That's my wife, by the way. And it's just like, it's amazing to us that, like, I mean, I guess it's not. I mean, it's just like, what else can you put them on? You know what I mean? What, like you said, like what, like you make handle. I mean, anything with a handle now, I assume, is just going to be a titty handle. You know, people are like, what else? I mean, ice cream
There's no
scoop.
other kind of handles right now
Oh,
other
yeah.
than titty handles. Like,
So the handles would be pretty easy. Like translating the table saw thing to a shift knob, that's no problem. It's just basically inverting it so the boobs go up instead of down. Whereas when you use a fence handle, they're going down. On a shift knob, you just flip it over.
I love
So,
that you've had
yeah.
to think about this.
I could do all that stuff. So guys are asking for tap handles now too for their kegerators and stuff like that. But
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know. I would started putting them on, or I did one cutting board. So I make cutting boards out of my
Yeah, I
scrap
saw that.
wood
I've
that's
seen
laying
that.
around. So that was like
you made
I would
those
have
chess
trouble with
boards.
stuff. Yeah, the chess boards came out of the cutting boards. I was calling the breast boards, and then the chess boards are now the chest boards.
Yeah.
But like a cutting board that I couldn't sell for $200, I put tits on it, and now I can sell it for $700. So it just
That's so crazy.
it's opened up a market that I can't keep up with as a one-man shop. So
Look, it just tells you right there, man. You put titties on anything, it just raises the value, man. It just raises the value. It's amazing.
As it should.
You
As
have
it
one of those.
should.
Alma, you have
everybody
one of those.
loves titties.
You have one of those titty handles. How's it working out for you?
I mean, it's great. Works great.
You-
I don't
You have
know.
one too,
Are you
Luke.
getting? Are you
Yeah.
finding it impacts your production level at all? Like, are you more productive
No.
or less productive? Like,
No. It's just on my table saw fence. So.
I thought more people. I mean, the table saw fence. Yeah, I thought miter saw. It would go good on a miter saw as well because I have like the spinny to turn it, move it back and forth. I think that would work well on. What's the weirdest thing that somebody's asked you to put titties on?
So we didn't move forward on this. I don't know if my price was too high or if he just backed out, but a guy in North Carolina was building a new house and he's like, I want to do titty pillars, 10-foot tall titty pillars in the front. And I was like, all right, like I can make that happen. I've got a 4-axis machine that can cut up to 8 feet, so we can section them off into 5-foot lengths and then kind of tenon them all together.
Oh
And I was
my
like,
god!
You're looking at probably $10,000 a post though. And then he never did get back to me, but
Dude, that
that was the weirdest one. Like, you want to present that to the world that, like, this is my house. I don't know what that guy does for a living either.
I mean, I think I can narrow it down to a couple things
Yeah,
without
right.
knowing him. He's in Florida, right? You said he's Florida? Oh no, North Carolina.
North Carolina. I've
Same
shipped
thing.
a bunch of vases, the titty vases, to Florida. Plastic surgeons have been buying them, so that was funny.
Oh, that makes. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I was also curious. Like, what's the demographic that's buying them? Is it mainly male, or is it
Oh,
male,
no.
female, or is it?
It's everything, and
Okay.
I've shipped these things all over the world now. Like, I got a couple in Australia, going to Sweden, Finland.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
That's amazing,
and
dude.
Alma and I had the idea to start an OnlyFans page where we just do finishing passes of Nick's carvings.
Yeah, I mean, dude, have you done a pour over on them yet? I'm thinking like a over the top view of one of your handles, like a pour over.
Got a guy for that.
Yeah.
Luke does all that for me. He suits up in his lube guy outfit and comes on down.
I've seen a lot of imitators online trying to be lube guy now too. I don't know if you guys have seen them.
What?
Yeah,
I've not seen him.
I saw Pete from Petrie oiling a board, and he didn't do the whole sunglasses snapper thing, right? But
Right.
he did put the gloves on, and he tried to make it like sploosh out onto his board a little bit, and I was like,
Did he light the candle? Because if he didn't light the candle, it doesn't even count.
No, he did not light a candle.
Amateur.
It was, like I said, is a poor imitation, which I'm
Yeah,
flattered by.
Amateur.
Yeah.
I think
I
I
don't
would have
have
gone
to
with
sue him.
I think I would have gone with Mr. Lube instead of Lube Guy. I think Mr. Lube that's just my opinion.
I already tell my kids to call me Mr. Daddy because dad is just too informal for us. So
Mr. Daddy.
Sometimes my son calls me sir. Thank you, sir. He'll say, "Excuse me, sir, can I have boba?" I'm like, "Yes, you can," or "No, you can't."
How old's your son?
Respect. He's 9.
Oh, same as my daughter, same age. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Anytime I bring your son up now, Ellie, without fail, is always like, "Oh yeah, that's the boy that has the crush on me, right?" I'm like,
Where's she gonna
no,
go?
no. I said he liked hanging out with you. She's like, yeah, crush. He's got a crush on me.
And bubs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was like, yeah, I didn't bring up that part, but every time she's like, oh, he has a crush on me. I'm like, no, he
My
doesn't.
God.
Like,
Hilarious.
I'm like, that's Dave Wirt's son. So
That's so funny.
yeah. Which I was thinking about with that MILF Moms, if the roles were reversed, where it was like older men and younger women, like, my God, I'd be on that show murdering every dude. So, oh, you want to talk to my daughter? Like, okay, but punch you in the face. Let's get this started. So, these sons are pouring out their moms. It's ridiculous. I gotta watch the rest of it.
So I watched The Mandalorian, bro. I got through the 2 episodes, and it was awesome. I don't know. Do you guys geek out on Star Wars shows at all? No. Yeah, it's a Luke thing.
It was a hard car ride, man. Let me tell you. Like, they don't want to talk about Star Wars. They don't want,
I know, it was terrible.
The
It was
reality
quiet.
shows.
Crickets the whole way.
Though it was Titty Nick who did introduce me to the Wendy's Biggie Bag, so he has that going for him.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys never heard about that one.
$5 biggie bag.
Okay, so speaking of the Biggie Bag, I went to Wendy's 2 days ago.
Now I want Wendy's.
Was that?
So now I want Wendy's.
I know. I was out running around and I saw the Wendy's and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check out, because Luke, I'd never had a Biggie Bag. We talked about this in the last episode or 2 episodes ago or whatever, and I was so excited. I went to grab it, and it's $6 here in California. First off, $5 Biggie Bag. They raised the prices out here, just like everything.
Still a good deal.
It was a good deal.
$5 biggie bag though.
They don't. It's called the $6 Biggie Bag here.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. And did it give you the option of do you have the option there, or wherever you bought it? You could either go double stack or junior bacon cheeseburger. Okay. Just curious.
Why don't you ask Alma or ask Nick what he told Alma when she asked for a single burger instead of a double cheeseburger?
Just peel one off.
Yeah, why don't you ask Nick about the drive-through story, at the Wendy's, with daughter Alma in the back.
I was so angry.
Yeah, almost sitting in the back seat, and she had a bunch of change requests after we've been sitting in this line for a half an hour. And I'm like,
probably.
Oh no, you just pick it off. Just pick them all off.
Oh, you told her. She said she wanted a single, and you were like, just peel a fucking patty off or some shit.
It was aggressive.
That's what 13 hours in a car together will do.
Yeah, well, it was like 26 hours over, back, total, and you spend that much time in the car with each other. It starts to, you form a dynamic, and it was always whoever's in the back seat is the kid, and the people in front, the driver has to be angry. It's great.
True.
You all played your roles.
Yeah, you don't stress the driver with odd requests in the drive-thru. I'll take the double, but can you make it a single?
That's such a strange request to begin with. Why not just order the single?
Because it was more money.
Well, both of them are like, I've never been to a Wendy's before.
I mean, we have. I just never heard of the biggie bag.
Wait, the double was more money than the single? Or the single was more money than the double?
You order a single, cheeseburger or whatever, it's more money. So you have to get what the biggie bag, you have to get it the way it is.
Got it. No,
they won't do anything different.
No substitutes.
It's just a tiny little burger and a tiny fry too. It's not like So it makes
Yeah,
sense that it's cheaper.
It's all the value stuff.
You didn't even notice. Nick let me make a substitution though. I went with spicy nugs over the regular nugs.
Well, you're in the front seat. You're a parent. You're allowed.
He added my extra pickles too, so he gave me one.
Peeled
You
off
get
his
one
burger and
request.
threw it in the back seat.
I got one. I got one.
Oh, wait, speaking of the car, Alma, did you find my how-to video on how to eat a Cinnabon while driving?
Oh, I gotta find that. Yeah, it's on my phone. Again, another ridiculous. Maybe I'll post that today.
Yeah, we stopped at a pilot truck stop or something, and they had Cinnabon there, so we all got Cinnabons. And let me tell you, it's not easy to eat a Cinnabon while driving.
You can't just stuff it in your mouth all at once, or what?
I mean, there's no way to do it without wearing a lot of it, So
True.
either peeling off. I tried peeling off little bites and eating it, but it looked like I had stuffed my hand in a whole bowl of Cinnabons and just smashed them all up because and then I was trying not to make everyone uncomfortable. I'm sucking all the frosting off my fingers. So
Yeah, I mostly didn't want to post anything about it because I don't want my wife to see that you were licking your fingers and then grabbing the steering wheel and on this Cinnabon. I don't want her to be like, what the fuck are you letting this guy drive our car?
you think she'd hit you from a logical approach and be like, it's not covered under our insurance?
No, she'd just be like, why?
Oh man,
she does let us get away with a lot. She's too kind.
She does. I just have to say that it's Luke. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's the typical. It's Luke. Oh, okay.
You have to go to lunch with him today.
Yeah. Every time you go to him, the car's always sticky afterwards. I don't understand what you guys are doing. What
are you guys eating in there?
Oh man, I think Cinnabon would be the hardest thing to eat while driving. I've tried to eat a burrito, that wasn't successful.
Burritos seem easy. I mean, you keep the bottom half wrapped and you eat it down as you go. Seems like a burrito would be an easy thing to eat in the car. I would think something like fried chicken would be hard because it's crumbly. You get it everywhere. Anything wrapped, I think you're okay. I would say for the most part, but shepherd's pie,
shepherd's barbecue ribs or something would be hard.
Barbecue ribs, yeah.
Barbecued ribs. It's in your fingers again. And...
Yeah.
Man, there would be nothing in the front seat of your car that would be saucy.
Right.
Actually, it would be harder is while you're eating the ribs, also eating the side of mac and cheese.
Yeah.
It's the best.
In our Patreon group, we've spent extensive amount of time trying to come up with ways to make eating in the car easier. We've seen those 3D printed dip cup holders that you stick on the vent and stuff that you put it in the cup holder and it's actually a plate.
Yeah.
There's somebody recently that made a wooden thing that hooks onto your
Real Frank.
Yeah. I don't think you can drive with that though.
You can try, but it's going to be unsuccessful.
Yeah, it would go everywhere.
We should have is instead of it mounted to the steering wheel, it should be on your neck with a tray that folds down. That way, if things fall out of your mouth, they just fall right onto your tray right there.
Right. Yeah,
that's true. That would be an interesting invention, though. I'm gonna get in and I'm gonna put on my food tray. You just see a bunch of people driving around with these fucking plastic food trays on there. They'd have to be skinny too to avoid the steering wheel, so it wouldn't have much coverage. You know what I mean?
Right.
Almost like a food.
Dude, you'd have a lot of explaining to do if you got pulled over. With the tray on and the food all over and why were you speeding, sir?
Is it illegal where you guys live to be on your cell phones? Is that illegal everywhere now? I don't know. I don't know state by state.
I think
I
it
know,
is. Yeah, I think it's like
yeah.
hands free.
Hands-free driving
Yeah.
everywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yep.
sure because I know some states do weird things. But
Probably not Florida, right? Florida, I think.
Florida, you can get away with anything pretty much.
Yeah,
I
And in
pretty
think
much.
Tennessee, you have to keep your cell phone in the trunk.
along with the bodies.
Yeah, but your gun next to you is fine.
Yeah, that's fine. You can look.
Yeah.
You look. You can make bullets while driving in Tennessee, but you can't. You gotta have your cell phone in the trunk.
Yeah.
I would think that eating would be illegal by now. I'm surprised they haven't made eating in the car illegal because, like, I think I'm way more distracted when I'm eating I'm trying to eat a full meal whilst driving than I am just like having a quick conversation on the phone or something. You know what I mean? Like, I got like a cheeseburger in one hand, my fries in between my legs, my drink over here. I'm like, how is that not way more distracting than talking on your phone? I don't understand how that's still
You keep
legal.
your fries between your legs.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
Where else
I
are you going to keep them?
I keep them in the bag.
Well,
That way I can stuff my hand in there, like I'm playing the claw game at the amusement park, like just trying to whatever I can pull out is like I'm eating it. Wrappers,
Yeah.
fries, receipt, whatever.
Yeah. No, I usually, I guess if I'm by myself, yes, I can keep it in the bag. But if I usually, eat, if I'm eating like while with the family, everything gets distributed out of the bag to everybody. So we all have our individual things. So
Yeah.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
I just googled it. It's if it's illegal to eat while driving, and it says no state, including California, has a law that prohibits eating while driving.
It's those McLawyers that keep that they'll never pass that law.
True.
They're like the McDonald's. I mean, you got to think like they got to be more powerful than the NRA, right?
Probably. I mean, there's probably
Like you are not going to stop us from making people fat. Like that's just not going to be a thing. Sure, it was like hell to get them to get rid of the like supersize me. Remember, like the whole supersize me movie came
They don't
out,
do that
and like,
anymore?
huh?
They don't do that? Supersize?
I think
no,
you call it something else now.
you just make it large now. You just large size. You know what I mean? It's just.
even like the regular size is like it's a giant. Everything is so giant.
Like that fucking Five Guys. Fuck that place.
Oh my god, with the Five Guys.
That's a whole bag of fries.
Fuck me, man.
That's the beauty of Five Guys, though. You only have to order a small fry because it's coming with they dump a whole large fry in that bag, and Luke also told me he blew it and didn't go Cajun, so that's right there. You're gonna have a bad experience at Five Guys if you don't go Cajun. So
He was already sticky enough at that point.
True.
Do you guys know that I found this out from TikTok where I get all of my news. Five Guys has a policy that you could add as much bacon as you want, and they don't charge you any extra. So, like, you can roll in there and be like, "Hey, I want a cheeseburger with 30 slices of bacon," and they're gonna be like, "Okay, cool."
how did I not know this? That sounds like a great idea. I love bacon. I mean, who doesn't love bacon? First off,
Dude, it's one of my rabbit holes from TikTok this week. Another thing I learned is that if you go to KFC and you order a bucket of chicken and that bucket of chicken disappears while you're at the restaurant, be it you eat it or drop it in your backpack, you could go back up to the counter and get a free refill on that bucket of chicken.
Shut
what?
up.
For real. I saw a dude do it.
I'm like a guy on TikTok. No way.
That guy just hit 2 million followers. No, but
I know, dude.
But no, if you go into a KFC and you order a bucket of chicken and you eat it, right, the whole bucket, you go back to the counter and be like, all right, I'd like a refill. They're gonna be like, okay, cool, and fill it back up with chicken.
They have free refills on chicken. Have I never heard of this before?
Dude, I don't know. There's this one dude I follow that's been given, or I don't even follow him. He just shows up on my shit. And
I
he's
can already
always
see
giving
Alma.
away.
I can already see Alma Googling.
I'm Googling it right now.
Oh, dude, the guy was like, told him the Five Guys reached out to him, was like, please don't promote that.
I mean, I know the ramen thing because we've talked about that. When you go to get ramen, you can ask for more noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
like
know
seriously, if
that's
I knew when we rolled up to Five, I didn't know. I learned this after we went. I would have gotten a few pounds of bacon to offset that $23 fucking burger and fries.
yeah. Seriously,
Think of how much
Take
fun
that-
we would have had in the
got, like,
car
the-
snacking on bacon.
dude, you
You
did
got like the giant burger and like you didn't need to get a large fry or a double patty burger.
I got the regular. I figured regular was regular. Like you guys ordered after me. I'd already ordered. Like it was not fair. I should not.
It
have
is a little
gone first.
confusing. It is a little confusing because they don't say a double bacon cheeseburger. They just say you just order you either order a little cheeseburger or a cheeseburger, and the cheeseburgers automatically come doubles. So
Like,
it is
how
a little
much-
confusing.
How am I supposed to know that Five Guys operates off of au cheval rules? And au cheval, by the way, is something Nick and Alma know is a Chicago restaurant where it's like you order a single and it's a double and a double is a triple.
Yeah, we order me and my wife order the kids burger because that's just a single. I
Yeah.
think that's what they call the single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy Goat's like that too, isn't it? And then they harass you if you only want a single. You gotta
They
be
that's fair.
They shame you.
Yeah.
What, you can only eat a single?
That's not what you want. You want the double.
Hilarious.
What's the matter with you, little boy?
You guys want to go
Yeah.
there on Friday? We could try this out.
I'm down.
Yeah, let's do it.
Even though I
That's
think
awesome.
the Little Goat Diner closed.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's still open or not.
Google it right now.
And
So
plus, they
the
had
Bill-
like a
Fucking Alma. She's like, what am I doing here? I'm here to Google.
Fact check.
Fact check, guys. I'm here to fact check.
Fact check.
This is what this podcast needs is somebody to check all my shenanigans. Nick, while she's checking that, do you know of any fast food secrets?
No, I don't. Just the biggie bag.
I mean,
the biggie bag.
it's not a secret anymore. We've popularized that, man. We
Yeah,
should
it's
get
closed. Little Goat Diner's closed.
Fuck!
See,
I was
I
talking
dug
about
that place.
the Billy Goat. Anyways,
Wait, was there any results on the fried chicken, the KFC thing? Alma, I was just
oh
curious.
yeah, it's true.
Told
Shut
you.
up.
There's a
Told
bunch
you.
of other things you can do at KFC too.
I am going
what?
there and I'm gonna order chicken. I'm
Um,
gonna try this because if this is true, what the fuck? Why don't you just dump it in your backpack like you said? Go up and get more chicken. I mean, how many times can you refill it? Is it just a single
It
refill?
doesn't say. It doesn't say. I think that's like one of the little loopholes.
do you
I
have
think,
to
I think
show
it
the
might be
bones?
once. Ooh,
Really?
Because
I don't. It doesn't. I haven't been able to find like how many times you can do the bucket refill.
I mean, at least 2 buckets, though. I mean, 2 buckets. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at. You going to you're hosting some people tonight. You know, you need you go get a bucket, dump it in your bag, that's 2 buckets of chicken you got there for one price of chicken. You know, that's not a bad thing.
I have major concerns over what would happen to my body if I ate 2 buckets of KFC fried chicken.
Oh, I love their chicken, man. Their fucking chicken is so good.
Bro, if you ate like 2 buckets of fried chicken, though, man, do you think you would just post up in the bathroom for the rest of the week? Like, what happens? My body might. I
mean, I
just
don't-
die.
So you can't leave the restaurant, and it has to happen within 60 minutes of
Oh.
you purchasing, and you have to have your receipt.
So are they can't leave. So if you come in with a backpack, they're checking your backpack probably. They're
It doesn't say
It's
anything
not
about
TSA,
not,
bro.
like dumping. Yeah,
You have to eat
it's just
the
saying you
chicken
can't
to
leave
get
the restaurant.
refill.
Like you can't go home and then dump your chicken and come back. is what
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. But you can I guess if you can get away with dumping it in a backpack, take two backpacks full of chicken home, or 2 buckets full of chicken home in your backpack.
right.
That's a hack right there, man. That's a college kid hack. Kids don't know this. They need to learn that hack.
I mean,
You eat chicken for a week.
there's not a lot of food gets served in buckets either. I mean, beer, I guess, bucket of beer and a bucket of popcorn, but and a bucket of chicken.
I think that's an
Does that
underrated form of delivery. Is the
Dude, you
bucket.
should-
I think it's underrated.
You should serve dinner one night in buckets at your house to see what your family says. Like, tonight's pasta night in buckets.
Sandwich night in buckets.
But go with the beach pails, man. Don't go with those Home Depot buckets because this would be fucking difficult for your son to eat out of.
No, you can't go 5-gallon buckets. It's got you got to go. What do they get? Sandcastle building buckets. That's the way you go. That is too funny, dude. What other foods would be funny in buckets? Spaghetti in buckets.
I mean, that's where my head went. It's the messiest possible. Maybe like Alma said, ribs and bucket. Like a bucket of ribs would be cool.
Bucket of quesadillas.
Bucket of quesadillas.
Actually,
Just a stack of quesadillas.
What about if you just opened a restaurant? Everything in buckets. It just like everything just came out in buckets. I'm an idiot.
Bucket of burgers, bucket of friggin' chicken tenders. I guess chicken's already covered.
You could call it Bucket List too. That's the name of the restaurant.
Oh, there you go. That's fucking. We're gonna be rich. Oh, Nick, you can make a bucket of titties.
Bucket of titties.
A titty bucket would be pretty sweet. Have you thought about a titty pail?
Not yet. That's a new.
I mean, you've made titty vases. Just cut one in half. We're there.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It is that easy.
Did you model the titties after a certain pair of titties?
No, I model them all from memory.
Ooh, who's tit? Okay, we don't have to go into that.
Was it a specific memory?
No, just in general.
Just in general. I mean, it's a good set of titties, man. I mean, or is it one titty? Is it one titty that you just use over and over again?
It's evolved. Each time it's a little different than the last.
Got it. That's interesting.
Soon he'll come out with a series of titties. So,
has anybody else asked you to do like any other, like the penis handle?
Yeah, me, dude. He said no.
Yeah, there's always that one guy who comments, "Hey, where are the dicks at? Hey, where are the asses at? I'm an ass man. I don't really care for this titty thing."
An ass face.
Have you guys seen that person making the charcuterie boards?
Yes,
there's
I've seen
a couple
those.
of those guys.
Yeah. There's always there's also the what is it called? Push dick.
Oh,
It's like it's a
push dick.
Yeah, they like marketed those pretty big a couple years ago, at least.
Yeah, there were a couple makers at Workbench Con that asked for titty push sticks, so that might be coming up soon too.
How would you design it? Would the titty be in the back or the front?
I haven't designed it yet, but my thought is the tits are going to go in the hands, so it'll be some kind of titty handled push stick thing.
Oh, in my head, I was thinking down the ridge of the, like, the top part that's going down. It could just be,
No. You've got to interact with it. If it's going to be titties, you got to interact with it.
Yeah.
I need hands on.
Hands on.
Full gription.
Is the tagline, get your hands on them? Get your hands on them.
It will be now.
Not just for motorboating anymore.
Was there any pushback? Have you had any push? I know this is turning into the Titty Nick episode. I was just curious, just because I haven't asked you. So, have you had any pushback? Have you had anybody come up to you and be like, "That's inappropriate"?
There've been a couple, but on the one video that I had go viral of the titty column thing, one lady commented, they're like, "Oh, this is so wrong, this and this and this," and then she got roasted in the comments. And I thought about like taking her comment down because people are picking on her now, but for the most part, I think everyone's on my side.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, it's
man.
art. It's art. You know what I mean? It's not just like anything. It's it's kitchen art or whatever art. You know, what I mean?
I just got the best idea for our next collabo video, guys. Why don't we do one where it's Alma and me responding to your comments, your titty comments,
Okay.
right? And you could just read the comment, and Alma and I'll handle all that for you, like your PR firm, right?
Do that.
That's perfect.
That's actually great.
Here at Alma and Luke, we handle all of Nick's negative titty comments.
Here,
For
here at
example,
Versatile Designs,
yeah,
we take
So,
care of
yeah.
everything.
we're his
Somebody-
legal team.
Some stranger shared it on Reddit yesterday, and Jeff, the weird guy, sent me a copy of it. And then the comments on there, they get pretty out there. And then the Instagram, all the Instagram comments are pretty mellow, but TikTok, the comments get real far out there. So
Yeah.
we can go through.
Sure.
I got a pretty big list.
Yeah, Reddit too. So I think this is a great idea. I'm gonna write that down. So
Do it.
It's going.
Do
It's
it.
going on the list. It's going on the list, boys and girls.
because we need to do some more videos. So
I know.
You guys really
People
do
are-
need to do more videos. Honestly, they're
people
very
are asking.
they're very entertaining.
thirsty.
You really missed out on making videos at Workbench Con.
I don't think I didn't pull my phone out to do that at all while I was
know,
there.
It was hard. Like, I didn't capture a lot of photos or videos, but there were like we had, especially like Luke and I with our ridiculous reels, like we could have really tapped into a lot of makers there, you know?
Yeah. It is a little surprising that like I mean, it is and it isn't. I mean, I totally get the idea that you guys are there to do what you guys are doing and stuff, but you would think you get a bunch of content creators together that there would be, oh man, I've been waiting to do this and this and this and this with you. Like let's like everybody's just kind of grouping together and shooting these funny videos and stuff. I mean, you would think you'd see a little more content like that come out of it, but I get it. I get why I get the other side of it too, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I had a few makers send me like like a soundbite or whatever and ask, can we do this? Can we do a reel over there? And of course, I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, let's do it. But it's just, I think it goes by so fast.
Yeah.
That it's hard to, take that time.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's
because
pretty special. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Luke.
I was gonna say plus because like you're sitting there, right, and like you see the person, you're like, hey, we should make a video together at Workbench, right? And then you see him, and it's like, okay, like so, what are we gonna do? It's like, get a drink. Like, yeah, that sounds fun. Like,
Yeah, for me it was. I mean, I had never met any of these people, so it was always introductory conversations and getting to know these people. And I guess my last thought would be to pull out my phone and take a selfie, or shoot videos or anything like that too.
Yeah.
dude, your
Well,
only
you're not-
thought
you
was
don't-
passing out titty handles like you're Santa.
All right.
Merry Titsmas. Here you go.
Very titsmas. I thought that was awesome. Yeah, Luke was saying that you were handing out those handles, and I was just like, God, that must have been like a hot item ticket. Everybody probably wanted one.
Dude, it
But
was
yeah,
like
I
watching
posted
like
it like 2 days before that I made 15 or 16 of them. And I was like, I'll trade them to anybody who wants one, but I want a T-shirt. So all 16 of them went out at Workbench Con, and then since I've been back, I've made 20 or so more that I offered it up again to people online. So
How many
I got-
T-shirts did you get?
at Workbench Con, at least 10.
Okay.
And then I have some. So not all the guys brought their T-shirts with them. So I have those. I still have some T-shirts coming in the mail from Workbench Con, and then a whole new crop of T-shirts coming in from the online post.
Nice. Look
that's
at
one
you.
way to get a
It's
new
like-
wardrobe.
Yeah. It's like sticker swaps, but it's titty swaps.
Yeah, and then you got like me standing next to Nick, and like, Luke, what'd you bring to Workbench? I heard you brought all those truck nuts to Makers Camp. I'm like, I didn't bring shit. There's a sticker. Leave me alone.
So how great is that too? Nick brings titties to the thing. Luke's solution is bringing a bunch of balls.
I'm not gonna pass up on an opportunity to make shit weird. That's just not gonna happen.
I think it's great that you guys spend so much time together and get that opportunity. You know what I mean? Being that, you guys have created this little community in Chicago together with, Bart and, and Grant and, all these awesome makers. It's really neat. You know what I mean? Like we don't. Maybe it's because it's a little closer in proximity, the city and everything, where you guys are. Like here, it's like California where we're at. It's a little more like spread out and stuff. Everybody's kind of. There's not a lot of people right in our proximity as close, in one city. It's pretty neat that you guys have that, and you guys get to do that. It's almost like when I see your guys' videos and stuff, I think it's almost like you guys are creating your own little comedy troupe. You know what I'm saying? Which is really funny. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. It's neat.
Thanks,
It's a fun
Ben.
time.
Yeah.
We do it for the fans.
Well, the fun part about it is we actually do enjoy hanging out. So, like that, we have like our own struggles. Like people do a workbench where we'll hang out and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna record a video," and then like 4 tacos in, we're like, "Or we could just chill here." Like,
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That's too funny.
yeah.
But
No, I was gonna say we're getting close now. Like, you guys have any questions for us? I don't know. Did you guys feel like you needed to prepare for this podcast?
Nobody
Not
told me
at
to
all.
prepare anything.
Yeah.
I was telling Nick before you got on, Luke. I was telling Nick. Did I tell you this already? I might have said this already, but I was telling Nick that he needs to make. I'm surprised he hasn't made himself a 3D or full scale model of the Nakatomi Plaza, and with like a little John McClane hanging off the side of it. How awesome would that be?
Dude, you know how easy it would be for Nick to make a Nakatomi Plaza?
Well, I see all these buildings behind him, and it makes me that's like the most iconic building I can think of is the Nakatomi Plaza from a movie. You know what I mean? What other movie makes a building famous? You know what I'm saying? Like the Nakatomi Plaza was like one of the characters of the movie. You know what I mean? So like it's pretty cool. At least I think it would be cool. I'm a geek. What do you want?
No, I get it, man. You love Bruce Willis, bro. It's fine.
Great. It's one of my favorite movies.
Dude, you have a serious crush on Bruce Willis. It's cool, man.
Hey, man. Could be worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah, like you could talk to me about Star Wars, or you talk to Ben about Bruce Willis. It's also like funny because we realized it hasn't happened in a long time, but Ben also had an issue where he was getting so baked at night sometimes that a second personality came out that would do things that he wouldn't remember, right? And this is before I knew how much he loved Bruce Willis, but we were calling his alternate personality Bruce. He has different interests in foods, different tastes. Would eat things like a bag of jerky with some rye bread, or like a jar of olives when he doesn't like olives. This is pretty incredible.
Yeah. I once picked through a bag of Bruce once picked through a bag of trail mix just to get the chocolate. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Exciting times.
All right, man. Well, we got our patrons to thank. So let's thank our patrons and then get out of here.
Okay.
This was so much fun. Thanks for being here with us, guys. Appreciate you guys.
I could totally do this. Man, I don't have a Patreon thing. Keep talking, Ben. I'm pulling it up right now. I thought I had it ready. I forgot to click. At least I'm on the wrong right network. It's fine.
Do you want me to Google your Patreon?
Can you? Okay. All right. I got it. Which is always weird because it always lists me as a patron. Which I don't think I am. But. All right. Anyways, thank you to our Patreons for helping make this happen. Kyle Foote from the Footwork Woodworks. Matthew Gerard from the Wooden Moustache. Lee Oman from Regal Street.
Oh, man.
Big Mike Holmes. He needs your get well kisses. He's a little going through some stuff this week. Nothing serious. Don't worry. Should probably talk about his health issue. Dave One Grit Wirt from Rustic Joy. My mom. Lee's going. Tim from Turnworks. Damn it. Dave the Thriller Miller. He's got a big beard. Fucking I need to write some more material for that. Usually crack a beard joke here. Wait, I do have some more of those AI ones on phone. Wait, what was? Oh, damn it. What was it? The beard is mightier than the sword. There you go. Billy Estes from the Simplewood Wood Co. Corey Stanley from Odyssey CNC. The unofficial lube of the podcast, Eric from Bumbleshoots. Ellen from Ormworks. The Collingwood Canoe Company, still not building canoes. Grant from Dad Crafted. Ryder from Ryder Custom Creations. Jason Sullivan from JM Sullivan Woodworks. Kamani from Van Stray Designs. The fine folks at PL Smith. And then, Otis from Pineland and Elite. I always screw up his account name. And Nick from Nick Prim Woodworking. And I'm not used to doing the new ones. I should have prepared for this. I'm not used to it. I had meetings today. I had a lot of meetings for the new job today, so.
Well, thank you guys so much for being our patrons, and we appreciate you guys, and we appreciate you guys spending your week with us, or your day with us every week on Fridays. And if you guys want to be a patron of this podcast, there's a link at the bottom of every episode. You can click it and choose how you want to support us. Anything is welcome. We really appreciate you guys. And like always, if you want to share this podcast on Fridays when it comes out, we'd love you guys to share it and get it out there. And thanks again to our guests, Nick from Birchtold Design Builds. I'm an idiot. And Alma from Pink Soul Studios. Thank you so much for being here, guys. The Chicago 3, I call you guys. Go out and get lunch. Go have some fun together. You guys need to get out of your funk.
I'm fucking hungry. That's my problem, man. I keep thinking about food. I'm I'm not used to being so busy that I don't get to eat.
I know, man. I could tell you're off your game today a little bit.
Plus, I didn't take my meds.
Well, anyways, dude, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks, we appreciate it. It's so much fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Take it away, Tim. Beef and stuff.
It's the worst thing ever. You gotta figure this out.
Beef and stuff.
Right.
It's so fucking funny. I gotta get that shirt done. I got a design.
All right, later.
This has been a ConMan Creative production. Text us anytime at 908 768 2664 or send us a message on our Instagram, thejointery podcast. You can find Ben at Conderosa Creations or Luke at Luke in the Garage, everywhere that social media is sold. That's garage, not garage. Say it properly.